But first, I'll have to. I'm being asked to write about the beautiful, healthy world to come. Wonderful, I'd love to. But first, I need to talk about why everybody's broke. Yet there's a lot of money. Look at the stock market. Values are 5 times what they were 10 years ago. First, I'll need to talk about why millions have lost their jobs in gigantic layoffs. 40,000 from AT&T, the phone company, when it made some corporation, when it carried out a corporate change. 7,000 now from Interstate Bank. Now that Wells Fargo makes it a stagecoach, guns blazing, millions with experience, mortgage payments, families, kids in college, pensions, plans, vacations, one health coverage, then fired, 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 fired. No job, no paychecks. Why? Yeah, tell me. Why? When they get other jobs, they'll be at 4.25, if they're lucky. Where before they're getting 15 to 20 per hour. And on top of it, a government that doesn't seem to care, that does nothing, that seems to think everything is okay. I'll have to look into this more, you see, before I can write about a new world, or even try to imagine what its shape can be after it grows out of all this wreckage. What will the petals of flowers look like in that new world? What will the leaves of trees be like? What will children smile? What will be dancing? Will lovers be writing poetry? Will the ozone layer be repaired? Will there be a government which would, what would it be like? Will there be a private property, or who will own the big pieces? I think I need to look into all this. How do we get from the present deformed, bloodthirsty virgins to such a beautiful world, which is the process with reality just to follow our dreams? But first I'll need to look into the population problem, the Catholics, the Muslims, veils, wife cremations in India, imperialisms when huge empires run everything, where corporations can buy and sell governments, senators, generals, the House Office building in Washington, where the Pentagon has aiming devices from fighter planes that take their direction from the direction of the pilot's eyes. This is the aiming system that can compensate for everything and can kill everybody in the commie schoolyard down below. Think of the technology devoted to something like this. How many tens of millions of dollars went into this one? Well, I'll have to look into the capitalist press that tells us only capitalist truth, not people's truth. If it services capital, the capitalist is to say Oswald killed Kennedy and made 7 wounds in Connally with one $15 ancient Italian rifle, despite the whole vast gigantic conspiracy in every branch and sub-branch of government being revealed since, starting with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Then, no matter what the facts are that are uncovered, the capitalist truth is going to stay the same, and don't you forget it. For Jesus Christ's sake, amen. Then I'll have to look into the reasons for the CIA, the DIA, the intelligence, naval intelligence, Marine Corps, countercopter intelligence, the Air Force explosive leaflet program, before we can see past all these veils of falsehood, deception, control, censorship, ownership, before we could even see utopia through the haze at the end of the tunnel that passes through all the versions. If hell on earth, man has defied us in his incredible history, his evil corruption, and power surges in every direction, aimed at workers and lovers through every period of history. So, since there are so many things I have to look at first before I can give any thought to a utopia and its promise, I feel the idea I address politically now is every premature and may even come from desperation to be able to leap ahead to not address the terrifying present, perhaps the most dismaying present in the history of the world, but certainly can only be altered through incredible courage and sacrifice by millions of us, maybe even billions. January 1996.